an entire production that has taken place. We have climbed hills and mountains. We have ridden billy goats across nations, okay, to bring to you all Undomesticated. Obviously, Undomesticated is a play of sorts on the housewife of it all, as housewives are typically domesticated. I personally will just toot my own horn, toot, and let you know I'm very domesticated. However, I can also be a wild boar, as you may have seen in the world of television, and I can give undomesticated for the people. And I think, Michael, like you could agree for yourself, I would think. Yes.
Childless gay man, I'm already undomesticated.
Touche.
Pure and unadulterated. Every week we got you waiting. Candiace and Michael,
Oh, hello. Good morning, afternoon, evening. Welcome to Undomesticated. I'm Candiace.
I'm Michael.
Hey, y'all. It's episode 1.
Finally.
Who gave us a podcast? That's what I want to know.
Thank you, Odyssey.
Those people. Thank you, Odyssey. We do love you and adore you. But my God, today, you guys have been talking about me running my mouth for eons. And now you get to hear me run my mouth on the pod with my brilliant co-host, Michael Arceneaux. So
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. And for the record, I know the last thing a lot of people want is another black man in front of a podcast mic, but give me a chance. I'm just saying.
Give him a chance.
Give me a chance.
You're not a misogynist, and you're not, right? Like, this is what I know.
I don't hate women. Don't blame them for my problems.
Yes. Tell us more.
I don't fault my mom for anything.
Very good.
I let it go.
Those are big things.
No, really. I read books. I don't hate women. And I will try not to embarrass the race, but I also will not have it on my back either. So we'll see.
That's important. I feel like my mom makes me wear that on my back. Like, everything I do, she's in my head. Like, Candiace, there's no D in my name when she says my name. Candiace, you're embarrassing your family, Candiace. I didn't raise you that way, Candiace. And then I'm so in my mind, she's always there. I'm still gonna say what the fuck I'm gonna say, but Mom, you're in my head. So thank you for that. But those are important disclaimers as we embark on this journey together, because we're gonna be here. We're here for a good time and a long time. So get into it. So I think people know us, but people don't know us. Right. So I think it's important to
they know you.
They know you. Listen,
a few
do I
people
need to pull
that
the
read.
book out?
Shout out. People read.
People that read, yes, the well-read people know you. And you've been sprinkled about these United States, ghetto as they may be. We've seen you in the streets, on the road. We know you from places. So what you're not going to do in my presence is shortchange your black ass celebrity. And we're not going to do that here. Yes.
Some of my friends are like cheering you on for that.
Yes. No, the people know you. They know me, but they also don't, which I'm kind of happy about, because some of y'all that know me can forget me and kiss my ass. No. Lovingly, respectfully. Lovingly and respectfully.
But listen each week, please.
But also listen each week. Kiss my ass, but listen each week. No, I want people who know us to tune in and listen. But I am also speaking to people who are just coming across us and happening upon what we're doing, what we're saying, and be intrigued and laugh and feel like you're a part of the group chat. Because what Undomesticated is, without a doubt, is peering into the group chat. And we all have one. If you're a millennial or millennial adjacent, I feel like you have a group chat? No.
Oh, I'm in some. I'm in plenty.
Yes. You're
I'm not
okay,
on
right.
social media lately, which the podcast will change, and I guess we'll get to. But yes,
Yes.
I'm in group
Yeah.
chats. I still have opinions.
Yes. Now, are you leading the group chats, or are you just kind of like, are you a lurker?
I've become a lurker like Beyonce on social media. In the group chats, it depends. I kind of pop in and out. We'll get to why I've been a little bit off, but yeah,
yes,
I
it's
dip in
important.
and out now. The goal for the
Okay.
rest of the year and with this podcast is to get me to talk more.
Yes, that's
To remember
in
that I
life.
actually
That's
talk a
important.
lot. Yes.
Yes, like you have a person. Like if you read Michael's books, Michael is funny as hell. Michael is an asshole, and he is funny as hell. But in the best way, like and a little like and a little crazy, but in the best way. And I say that because for me, if you're not a little crazy, if you don't have like one screw loose a little bit, we can't be friends. I don't like what is like normal people. I don't relate to you.
And actually reminds me, we should explain to people how we came together. We're kind of like an arranged marriage, but because of my books, we actually already knew each other a little bit, at least through social media.
Yes.
You found me because you read I Can't Date Jesus.
Yes,
I had already been watching Potomac. Was a fan.
Yes, that's right.
And then you reached out to me, and you weren't even sure.
Yeah. No, my best friend, shout out to Adrienne, was reading I Can't Date Jesus. And as she was reading it, she kept saying, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, you have to read this book. Like this book is like you. Like it's just you have to read it. You like there are so many parallels in your lives." Da, 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 da. And I was like, okay. And I love to read. I've always been a bookworm my entire life. I've gotten away from it in recent years just because of Housewives and life, and just things are ghetto. And when things are ghetto, it's hard to read. But I have like behind me, you can't see, but there are books like from floor to ceiling in here because I love to read. So I like happily borrowed and then stole, because it's my book now. I stole I Can't Date Jesus. And as I'm reading it, I'm literally like, oh my God, this, like, I feel like you were in my brain, like just the way that you write, like the cadence of your writing, just the voice in your writing. I was like, wow. And then just your life, you're from the South. You and your mom had a relationship that was in a lot of ways parallel to my mother and I. Your family unit, your love for Beyonce, the complicated nature of like growing up in the South, all of that was very parallel to me in my life. And I said, oh my God, like, and I felt weird doing it because I'm not like a weirdo, but I felt compelled to like reach out to you. And I didn't know you, but because we also went to Howard at the same time, around the same time, I felt like the connection, like through the ancestors and the hallowed grounds of Howard University, like pulling us together. So I slid in your DMs and I was like, hey.
I'm glad you did. Honestly, the people that slide in my DMs, that kind of keeps me going. Because even this, between us coming together, has it been 2 years in the making?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. 2 years in the making. And I love when you reached out, we talked about basically complicated relationships when you really love your parent. And sometimes there's like a rift and you have to maintain a level of respect. And I really appreciated that because I've actually come to appreciate it more because, as you know, okay, so how can I do this? I don't know. We just get into the gloom, but
just jump on in and tell the people the things. People will understand.
Okay, so I Can't Date Jesus did really well. I had a follow-up. It was called I Don't Want to Die Poor.
Love
it
that
was
one.
released literally when the plague started and the stores weren't open. So when you could buy the book, but Amazon was like, you got to wait while we're shipping toilet paper. That happened. And then I came to LA trying to start over. I was working on the TV adaptation of Die Poor for HBO Max. And basically maybe a year and a half into being back in LA, maybe a little bit after, my mom was diagnosed with cancer and she died 6 months later. So a lot of the release of my third book, the start of this podcast, me working on TV development on Jesus, all of that was happening in the midst of me losing my mom in 6 months and me trying to figure it out after that. You've been very kind about that this entire process. I actually even had a little bit of a break at the end of August, like a real break. And I don't know, it's just interesting how a relationship can form just from somebody reaching out and sending like a random DM, letting you know that your words meant something to them. I don't want to start on a dark note because I do know that people when they hear death, they start treating them like the new, like I like the Braxtons on BTV. I'm shouting them
Shout out
out
to the Braxtons. Yes, we love
but I
them.
know a lot of people are like, oh, why are they so gloomy? I'm like somebody just died. I'm like, because somebody did just
Somebody
die.
did die. What do you mean?
But you know how people are. So it's like part of me understands it, but at the same time, now that I'm in that space, I get it. But you've been very kind about that. Yes.
Yes and no. And I say yes and no. And maybe because this is weird. I have like an obsession with death. And we're not going to make this dark, but I feel like a lot of people can relate to conversations about dying and death, because if it's not something you've experienced firsthand, you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I say that because I've had conversations with people in passing and and intimately with people about death, and especially living in this ghetto America with 3Ks that we are meandering about through and through. Like it's inevitable. Like, and it's not even just always even the death of people. It's the death of democracy. It's the death of freedom of speech. It's the death of so many things is like falling around us. I think that personally, and correct me if I'm wrong, listeners with your ears, I think that death is a topic that people can kind of, for lack of a better phrase, cozy up to and understand, because we've all dealt with it in different ways. So I just say that to say that, like, I don't want you to feel like you have to apologize for where you are, what you're going through. We the people, I'm the people. We want to hear it. I want to hear it.
I wish I could have brought you into some recent meetings I've had in Los Angeles to convey that sentiment. I'm with you. I only brought it up to say this, like, you're in a space in your life where you're starting a family. Like, you brought life into the world. You're expanding the family. That's exciting. And you're having a different stage and direction in your life. Whereas for me, my mom was my person. For me, I understand love and the world. So much of that is through her, my relation through her. A lot of my books are very much about my relation to my mom and how she's informed my world and what a lot of us are born into and how hard it is to kind of escape those conditions. So for me, my world was shattered. I came here with purpose. Felt like I had the wind at my back and things were going in an upward direction and everything is blown up. So it's like I'm grieving a lot of work that I thought I would be doing, or work that I was doing that isn't exactly as fulfilling as I thought it would be. Like you looking at the country dropping dead. And even this year, it's like I try to kind of enter like with an optimistic look. I find myself wondering, I mean, I put it like this. I came into this year thinking it'd be great, or at least I can push myself to make it better than it was the year before. And LA catches on fire. And so, you know, that's how it started. But then I think, you know, every day is an opportunity to kind of figure it out. I'm be honest, like I'm lost. I've always had a very strong sense of self. I think to like, not to keep plugging my books, but to read my work is to know that I actually I'm very self-aware.
Yes.
And very driven. But when you lose the most important person in your life, when you didn't expect them to, and the way that you lose them, a lot of things change. And even while all this happened, like the writer's strike happened. So I came here to do certain things. All these opportunities happen. Things catch on fire. So I'm kind of really lost and looking for direction. So it's been really interesting to talk to people, to connect to people. And I think one thing that I haven't been doing is opening my mouth. So I'm really looking forward to continuing to do this, because opening my mouth, I think what I'm trying to say is I have really been struggling with, personally and professionally, a lot of people kind of telling me, I understand your grief, but could you be funnier about it? could you be more like the Michael I'm used to, or the Michael I read or used to talk to? And people don't necessarily mean offense by that.
Right.
But while I agree with you that I think a lot of people do want to talk about death because there's been a lot of loss and a lot of people are trying to figure things out, as like they maybe not be suffering the kind of loss that I'm suffering or dealing with, but they've lost something, or like the country's is what it is. So they have their own sense of loss and grief to deal with. At the same time, a lot of people are uncomfortable with that. And so in some spaces where I felt, let me try to open up, I kind of felt rejected. So I'm kind of in a lot of ways relearning how to have conversations with people, relearning how to open up, and hoping that in doing so, me tripping on my words and me trying to figure things out, then like it'll at least make me better and feel like I can connect to people. Okay, but I'm gonna drop this now because this is supposed to be a comedy podcast. I don't want to bring the room down.
I don't feel like it's down at all. Yeah. I feel like it's honest, and honesty is funny, and vice versa. So, but I have a question. So when you say people, when you say people are not, as you said, like allowing you to be where you are you saying like friends? Or are you talking about like like who are you speaking about? Because you said like they want you to be funny about your grief. Like who says that? What kind of people say that?
I write a lot about my life, so it kind of depends on the medium. So, like I said, I don't throw anyone under the bus, but kind of work on adaptations of work, whatever. Grief is a touchy topic. Apparently, it scares a lot more people than I realized it did.
Interesting. That's interesting.
I agree, but I also think that just kind of depends, and people under pressures. There's a lot happening in terms of like contraction, and there's a lot of things behind it. But I also think, I also realize sometimes, a lot of times, as a Black gay man, we're only consumed in certain ways, in certain mediums, and I don't mean that in just TV. I mean it just in books. Like it was very hard for me to sell my first book. I very much remember a lot of the attitudes that people told me about my commercial viability, the type of stories that people want to see. So there's that whole thing. It extends to every industry. So in that regard, yeah, people expect me to be, what's up with Beyonce? You just want to hear about that? Or, and frankly, I talk about reality TV. We'll be talking about reality TV on here, a lot of it.
We're going to talk about that. We're not recapping nothing. Do not ask me what I thought about episode 6 of RHO anything, okay? Because I'm not recapping shit. But we will be discussing themes and noteworthy, newsworthy moments as they arise.
And for the record, for the Candy Gang, if you're trying to get any type of crab cake news out of her, you might want to filter it through me to try to ask her, because she don't care.
I don't care. And I say respectfully, I do not care. I'm not watching. What's happening? Is the show on?
No, it's back.
Went off. It's coming back. Okay, see, I'm already plugging these hoes.
This, yes.
Hey hoes, I'm already plugging y'all. No, I want the show to do well. The show should do well.
Do you watch any of them?
I'll preface this by saying I'm a mom. So nigga, I ain't watching nothing. But I'm watching Jet crawl across the floor. But no, I intend to watch Beverly Hills. I do. Shout out to the Beverly Hills girls. I do watch them. I have watched them in the past. I'm really behind on whatever the current season is. I don't know. I know my girl, what's her name? Rachel Zoe is coming back to Bravo, which I'm excited about. I will watch for her for that. But I do like Beverly Hills. And that's it. I didn't watch Atlanta because I'm kind of like in a state of disillusionment with Atlanta right now. I'm just, it's kind of making me sad. I just feel like it's not working right now.
You don't think it's working?
For what I have seen, to be fair, I've not.
Look at me perking up. We really alive now. We'll get back to the sad stuff later. Come on.
I just don't think it's working the way that it has played out from what I have seen.
Okay.
I think it's kind of trying to make fetch happen, and it hasn't been happening. I was really sad to see, the fall from grace of Shamia. I enjoy Shamia. I love Shamia. Shamia is so sweet. I think she is a great person. Yes. Yes. And I was excited to see how she came out the gate, but then it kind of fell flat. And to be honest, I kind of blame her for her falling flat. I think she went inward and she cowered where she should have kept bulldozing. And she allowed outside factors, don't know what those were. I don't know if that was her friends, if that was production. I don't know what that was. I don't know what happened. But I feel like she got to the reunion, and I didn't see the whole thing. But what I saw of the reunion was she fell flat. And I think it was because she let detractors send her afoot. She went over the cliff in a bad way. And that was unfortunate. Yeah, and it's not all Shamia's fault, but that's just an example. I didn't watch. And that hurts me because, there are only 2 Black casts in the Housewives zeitgeist, and I want all of them to do well because, they trying to take us out everywhere. So I want us to thrive somewhere. But yeah, it's just it hasn't felt organic.
So you're not looking forward to the new season, I guess. Not this side.
I'm gonna be pensive about it. I actually
didn't mind this season.
You didn't?
No. Okay, I'll put it like this. I think given the Kenya Brit situation,
hated it. I forgot about that. See, I blocked it out. Hated it.
I only said that to say, given the upheaval of that throwing off the season, because to me, I think they were aiming for a Miami style reboot. And as someone that really enjoys the Real Housewives of Miami and actually think that's more of a template, the way the direction of the franchise should go for a lot of cities, I think the way they set it up was right. I think once the Kenya Brit thing happened, that blew it all up. That said, I think Brit might have been questionable casting.
That's very polite, Michael.
I'm being polite about it.
It was terrible. It was terrible. Where's the camera? It was terrible. It wasn't good.
She did not fit. I think by the very end, I was like, okay, maybe she can stay, but then it was too late.
Listen,
I'm being generous. I will say Kenya Moore was never my favorite.
She's not a lot of people's, yes.
But actually, I'll just say, I'm sorry. She went out kind of sad.
It was devastating.
She went out kind of sad. I wasn't surprised, but she went out kind of sad. Maybe she'll come back and eventually whatever. But I would say, given how some of that stuff happened, I thought they did all right considering. But I will say, I love Shamia. I was really happy she got it. I thought she was going to be the new Supreme.
Yes.
You can tell she let the fans get to her. Hopefully she learns to, don't read the comments.
Turn the comments off. I'll tell you a quick story, a quick housewife story. My first season, don't look at my finger. I broke my nail. Don't look at my finger because I talk with this finger. Don't look at it. My first season, we filmed the season and it was airing. So it was my first episode, which the newbie always comes in episode 2 of the new season. So my episode aired and I think it ended. And I think Chris and I were watching it in our room. So we were laying on the bed, sitting on the bed watching it. And then it went off and we were both on Twitter, Twitter, whatever y'all call it now. And people opine and they do so without any regard for feelings. And people were like, I was very hot and cold. I love her. She's so bubbly and cute. Or we hate her. She's she's a little spoiled rich brown bitch, and her husband is broke and he's white and all this shit. And for I want to say like 2 hours, Chris and I both sat on the bed and just read every comment. We read everything and then some. And then we were like, back then we didn't understand like that we are like a pebble in an ocean in the world of social media. So we're thinking like, oh, I'm about to Floyd Mayweather this. I'm about to fight all these people. I'm fighting every motherfucking body. Like you're all about to get, oh, you think I'm this? Well, your mama, or whatever I would say. And I think after 2 hours, I was just depleted, like down to the marrow. And so was Chris. And it was a slow sort of like coming up out of that, like very slow, like years, to get out of this habit of allowing people that are watching the show, the viewers, to opine, to have for their opinions to get into my marrow. Now I'm like, okay, girl, you think I'm a dirt low down raggedy bitch and I'm a bed wench? Good day. Like, God bless you. What's next?
I was gonna ask, it doesn't bother you anymore?
No. Now I see it as, I almost like, I don't welcome it, but it's almost like, LOL. Thank you for having passion about my black ass. Like, thank you for caring enough about me to get up out of your dirty bed sheets that you haven't washed in 6 months and coming to your phone with dirt under your fingernails to talk about me and let me know what you think of me.
So is it less because you're off the show now, or is it the same level? It hasn't changed?
No, so I came on Potomac in season 3. Right? Yes. Right? Season 3. Yes. Yeah, because that was, in my humble opinion, that was when it started to really pop off. And I would say after season 5, I had no choice but to like figure out how to live around the comment section or literally die. Like literally die. Not to go back to the death of it all, but like season 5 took me to the brink mentally. And I had to. It was like you're either going to shift or you're shifting to the king.
So that means you're prepared for the Traitors, because to me that's going to be another level of attention.
Yes and no. Traitors season 4, the best season, future Emmy nominated season, future Emmy nominated season. I'm manifesting that now. We'll be coming to a Peacock near you very soon, next year. And I'm really excited about Traitors because, yes, I think it is going to garner a lot of conversation, but not in the same way as Housewives. I think people feel like they have license to like completely like denigrate you because there's like, I don't know, there's something in like the zeitgeist of Housewives that makes you think, oh, I can like eviscerate this bitch because she's on my TV looking cute and she looks like she's rich and she looks like she has it all together, or she doesn't. And that gives me license to like rip her apart. Traitors is literally like, it's not about me. It's about like murdering or staying alive, which in some ways is a Housewives parallel, but not exactly the same. The show is about the game. It's not about what you had for breakfast. It's not about what you thought about so-and-so's saying this to you. It's not about, oh, I hated her shoes. It's about these missions that I hated the missions. The missions took me to the brink of nothing. And it's about either murdering or staying alive, depending on if you're a traitor or faithful. That's the game. And everything that happens within the confines of that. It's not personal. Now it can get personal, and it did, because you'll learn more about that later. But even in that, it's like, it's still a game. And with that, I just feel like people are going to enjoy the show, and I hope enjoy the cast, including me, in a way that is different than Housewives. That's my hope.
That's a physical show. Does that mean you'll be doing other physical shows? Are you going to be jumping out of a plane like the one on Fox? I forgot what it's called, but
yeah, child. There was a lot of physical everything. I literally did not want to go. I did not want to do the show because I watched the show. And I was like, I'm not doing any of this. Like, I don't run outside. I don't want to roll around in the valleys and of Scotland, the Highlands of Scotland. I don't want to do that. I don't want to run up a hill with a bale of hay over my head. I don't do any of that. I don't like bugs. I don't like smelling like outside. I'm not a participant in outdoor ministries.
Actually, yeah. How did they convince you to say yes to this?
They literally had, literally. Okay, so one thing I'm going to do a lot, and I don't know if you'll get this reference. Literally, Kim.
People are dying.
Do you get it? Do you get it?
The people are dying?
Kim. Yes. People are dying. So I say it all the time. So literally, Kim, my executive and Andrew Cohen had to be like, this would be just so good for you. Like, you should do it. It's going to be great. You're going to be awesome. And I was like, why? Why do you think that? Like, and it wasn't just him. For 2 seasons prior, people would be online saying, Candiace needs to do Traitors. You do Traitors. And I'd be like, why? Why? Do you all hate me? I know some of you do, but do you all hate me? Because I don't see what would be good about me and Traitors. Now I get it. Because a bitch had a time. I had a good time. I ran amok in the castle, and I had me a good old time. So I cannot wait for everybody to see it. It's a really good season. Not just because I was there. It's just a really good season. Even with me, especially because I'm running around outside, sweating, cussing, crying. I think I may have flicked off the camera a time or two because get the camera out of my face. I'm hot.
I was like, I can't imagine you can say much yet, but okay, so you curse out the camera. You curse out other people?
Perhaps.
More than one?
I don't want to say that much.
Okay.
I did say on a red carpet, on the Page 6 virtual reality carpet, I said that somebody is getting cussed out at the reunion based
Something to look
on
forward to.
Things that I cannot divulge that took place. Somebody is getting cussed out, and the person knows who they are. They know who they are, and they're hiding. They're running and they're hiding from me because they know they're getting cussed out.
So you are going to get cussed out in 2026. I like that. Have a plan.
Who I'm cussing out in 2026. You know what? I need everybody listening to the sound of my voice to go to where are we sending people? Go to Undomesticated Instagram.
We learning, y'all.
Yes. Go to the Undomesticated Instagram. And I want you to give me a list of the top 3 people you are cussing out in 2020. Because I know you have the people. We are fully into the 4th quarter of it all, of this ghetto season of America 2025. Okay. We're in it. We're almost done with it. So I know you already have a list. I have mine. I can't reveal it yet, but I want everybody to think. If you don't have one, think about it, because you should have a list. Who I'm cussing out in 2026. And we can work on our scripts together. Okay. Though it'll be therapeutic for us, I think. And if you're watching this on YouTube, go down to the comments, honey. I want the top 3 people you cussing out. Now, if you're in witness protection or you can't say because you don't want to lose your job or whatever, give them like an alias, like that bald hoe over there, or that raggedy baby dad, or whomever, that ugly girl, or that bleepity bleep, whatever it is. Give them like an alias. But when you write it down, I promise you, it's going to give you a release, because saying it out loud that I'm going to cuss out this person, it gives me a release, and it prepares me mentally for what's coming. So there's that. Anywho, enough about Traitors. I'm excited about Traitors, but we need to talk about like why the hell we're here. Like this is an entire production that has taken place. We have climbed hills and mountains. We have ridden billy goats across nations, okay, to bring to you all Undomesticated. So I think it's important that we like share with you, number one, like where does the name come from? Because I believe that our audience that is going to find us, I think they're educated people. I think they're smart. I think they're well-read. I think they are worldly people that will understand. But in the event that they do not, obviously Undomesticated is a play of sorts on the housewife of it all, as housewives are typically domesticated. I personally will just toot my own horn, toot, and let you know I'm very domesticated. However, I can also be a wild boar, as you may have seen in the world of television, and I can give undomesticated for the people. And I think, Michael, like you could agree for yourself, I would think. Yes.
Childless gay man, I'm already undomesticated.
Touche. Yes, but there's a home for you, and it's here.
I figured. I was like, let her explain undomesticated, because that's the housewife, and I just the gay nuzzled on the side, already undomesticated, and I'm not gonna have any kids, so we all right.
Yes. Well, and not ever, or not
actually,
now?
I just thought about it. I could hear somebody being like, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, that's good. Leave it there. I don't know for years, and now
I'm a great uncle to my nieces.
Yes, we can't discount uncles. You're very important people.
A great uncle to my nieces, was very, very active, particularly with my oldest niece. We'll see. I don't know. The world is burning. Trump tariffs are real. It might be illegal to be gay in like 3 Supreme Court cycles.
Minutes.
So we'll see how it goes, but but if I'm gonna have kids, I need to think about it soon, because I'm like a smooth 41 now.
Well, you don't have a coochie though, and you don't have no eggs. Like, it's men, y'all have the luxury. You can be out here just shooting up clubs well into your 80s. Like, you can do that if you so choose. It's us with these eggs. We are the ones that have to think about that. You could literally find a nice, ripe, plump, juicy egg and just shoot it up, and boom, little Michael's.
I literally froze on that, because in my mind I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna shoot the club up, but we'll see. Life takes you in many directions. Who knows?
You never know. I mean, you could have like, shoot up the Petri dish.
Yeah, the more expensive option.
Yes, anything can happen. Well, we're going to give Michael's Petri dish to the altar of Christ. And if it is in the cards, we will welcome baby Michael, baby Arceneaux, with open arms. And it's never too late. Okay, I say this as an old egg having hoe myself.
Well, as the one said, they make them when you got the coin.
Listen, you do have to have a coin. Just keep it real with you. You got to have a little bit of a coin, because it's very expensive. I mean, kids are expensive as it is, but like when you add having to like go to like the baby making machine and like say, hey, make me a baby, that shit is expensive. It's like $30,000 expensive. Adrienne Bailon Houghton said she spent over $1 million to make a baby. Little Ever James. I'm a huge Adrienne Bailon Houghton fan, as you can tell. And she went through like copious amounts of IVF cycling. And she said it was over $1 million, which is like diabolical, but real. So we don't speak that in your life. You could spend like 10. We're gonna claim 10 for you, and we'll have little Arceneaux running amok in the castle.
The price point just froze me because I thought about my student loans. We're gonna lift the Petri dish in prayer. We'll see.
Lift it in prayer. Yes. And lift those student loans in prayer too, because y'all's president is lawless. So fuck a student loan. Like, truly.
Yeah, I get that, but if you got private loans, they'll get you. You'll do better paying Trump. I know.
Okay.
Next.
Jesus. So, okay. So the show is about all of these things. Shooting up the club, eggs, nonsense. But it's called Undomesticated because, I mean, listen, you can be a mom, a wife, an author, a gay man, a black man, a gay black man, and still not fit neatly into anyone's box. And that's what we're talking. We're talking about what life is like outside of this cookie cutter mold. That is Undomesticated. Michael and I are going to be unpacking everything. So the comment section, relationships, pop culture, political culture, everything, money, all the things that we whisper about, but we're saying it louder and funnier. And maybe with a cocktail, if the moment calls for that, you know.
We should actually add cocktails.
Would you be open to adding a cocktail? I wasn't sure like where you were in your imbibing journey, but if yes.
No, it makes me think of Pourmont. Shout out to them.
Yes.
A little drink will take you there.
Listen, drink responsibly, okay?
Of course.
Just, if you be at the house, if you're going to drink. But yes, because right now I'm drinking water. I have like water in my Stanley cup. They didn't pay me to say that. But yes, I have water in my cup. But yes, we can change it out for a fermented juice. That's fine with me. I love that. For both of us.
I already know what I'm going to make. A little mezcal number that tastes like a sun. I don't remember her handle, but it's basically like an adult cherry limeade with mezcal. Yeah.
Oh, I might have to get my husband involved. My husband does like food and beverage series on Beyonce's internet and on Al Gore's internet, whatever day it is. And he would used to bring me whatever he would make. So I can have him like slide a drink in. And if you guys want the recipe, we can share. And I want your cherry limeade recipe for sure. So
I'm going to send that. It actually is amazing. It tastes just like Sonic.
Ooh, yes. Oh, Sonic. Oh. But yes, so that's what we're talking about. Oh, and this is important too. Undomesticated is the podcast for anyone who's ever been told to sit down and shut up and said, absolutely the fuck not. I think that's me and you.
Who told you to shut up?
I mean, can we quote
I've seen this.
season 1 or my season 1 of Potomac Housewives? And where were we in Nemacolin? What did Cherie say? She didn't say shut up, but she was like, who is this little girl? Where did she come from? That was like telling me to shut up.
That's what made me really like you.
Yes.
You were like, I'm not about to let these women, and low-key, I got coin and they struggling. You didn't let them do it. Good for you.
No. I feel like my entire Housewives life has been me trying to escape being silenced, which is also, that's a whole other episode. But I feel like I'm perpetually being humbled. They are perpetually trying to humble me to no avail, because I am humble, but I'm humble but by the grace of God, not because Suzanne from West Bend, Indiana who again has not washed her bed sheets in a month of Sundays, told me to shut
Not
up.
the bed sheets.
Wash your bed sheets. I just washed mine last night because Jet peed on them, but I digress.
I usually watch them every week anyway, but when I was listening to Cardi, I was like, let me hurry up and wash my sheets. I don't want to be like Bia.
Listen. Oh, God.
Bia.
Why did she rip? Why? Why did she rip her one?
Because she tried her. That's what she get.
Okay.
I actually like is strong.
Actually, I think that is a great segue into our next segment. And not to put words in your mouth, Michael, if you don't want to use this, you don't have to. But we'll be bringing you a segment every week entitled Nobody Asked Me, but ... Ellipses. That's the name of the segment. So this is a segment, and I want everybody to participate. Down in the comments, if you have a thing, a piece of information, subject matter that it's burning in your mind, and it's like on the tip of you have to opine about this thing. This is where you do that. And nobody asked you. Nobody solicited your opinion. Somebody may tell you to shut up, mind your business. Nobody asked you. However, I'm going to say it anyway. That's the point. It's a place. It's a safe space. It's a place and a safe space for the people. So mine may piss some people off because I kind of like soft launched it on my socials and people were like, wah. So that makes me more excited about it. So nobody asked me, but the new Bachelorette, the Mormon girl, I forget her name, the Mormon girl, she's ghetto. And if I'm being honest, if she were a Black woman, she would never have been the Bachelorette. And I'll give you a little background. So if you watched The Bachelor, Bachelorette, if you're a part of Bachelor Nation in any way, shape, or form, there is definitely like a mold. There's a brand there. And typically for Bachelor or Bachelorette, it's somebody clean cut, someone like girl next door, guy next door, America's sweetheart type. For many, many seasons, it was white, usually blonde, and then enter Rachel Lindsay, who came, to save America with her magical Blackness. That was the first season I watched The Bachelor or Bachelorette. The first time I entered Bachelor Nation was when Rachel Lindsay entered as the first Black Bachelorette. I was very excited. I watched every week. I even got my husband into it. He would be like turned over this way in the bed with one eye open, and I would be like, oh my God. And he would be like, he didn't mean that. Meaning he was watching the whole time. So he's fake. But the family got involved. And from there, I kind of became hooked, and I was watching every season. And then, of course, I'm blanking on his name now, too, because he wasn't really interesting to me. The first Black Bachelor, who was just a huge disappointment. And not just because he proposed to a white racist, but just because there were so many other options he could have chosen from. But him, I forget his name. Shout out to him. So there is a mold. There is a standard. And even the first Black Bachelor and Bachelorette, they were clean cut. Rachel Lindsay comes from great stock, from a great family. She has a law degree. She is well-read. She is intelligent, beautiful. She is Black girl magic personified. The Bachelor, he was all right. He looked good on paper and he was cute. He had muscles. He fit the mold as well for like the meaty Bachelor. This new girl, what is her name? I forget her name. The girl from Mormon Wives.
Taylor, I believe.
Taylor from the Mormon Wives.
Escapes me. Yes, Taylor from the Mormon Wives.
Taylor Ratchetry. We're going to call her that. Because Taylor is ratchet. By Bachelorette standards, Taylor is ratchet. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm like loosely like invested in Mormon Wives. I think it's a great show. I think it's really interesting. I think it's in some ways kind of gives Housewives more, Salt Lake City Housewives a run for their money in some ways. But I also feel like they kind of exist in their own lane, so it's fine. But this Taylor girl, she has like multiple baby daddies. She's been arrested. She's been to jail. She be fighting. She carries on like a wild Mormon banshee. And I'm just looking at, I'm just telling the truth. I'm looking at the mold, like the legacy of Bachelor Nation, Bachelorette Nation. And it's like 30 or 40 seasons, something crazy. It's been on since Jesus was a little boy. It's like a really old show. And the woman is all like, we all know Trista. Like she was the first, like that was the first success story. Trista and Ryan Sutter, is that their names? Like they're still married, they have kids, they're like a beautiful couple. That was like the mold, like for white America. Like this is a far cry from that. And then it's also a far cry because typically it's like on a rolling basis. Like they'll take whoever didn't win The Bachelor, whoever was like jilted on The Bachelor, and they'll give them the role of the Bachelorette. So like if the fantasy suites had like 4 people, like, and the guy slept with all 4 of them and 3 of them leave brokenhearted, one of them is going to be the Bachelorette. They pulled Taylor out of the bowels of Salt Lake City or wherever she's from, no connection to Bachelor Nation, and said, here, with all of your ratchetry, come be the Bachelorette. And I just feel like this has been talked about already, so this is not new information. It's just interesting to me that someone like that, with that kind of a resume, is allowed to slot so easily into this role of the Bachelorette when somebody that looked like me could never. There are so many people who look like me who have stories adjacent to Taylor, who are interesting, colorful, smart people. And they would not be given a second look for all the things on Taylor's resume. So, in conclusion, I'm going to be watching because I love white ratchetry. But I just want everybody to know that it's giving ghetto.
I'm howling after all that. I'm going to watch that Banshee, but ghetto.
Watch.
Nobody asked me, but while I know all of y'all are tired of all these campaign books because it's painful about what happened and where we're at, y'all need to go and let Kamala get it out because, okay, how can I put this? It's about to break some of your hearts. Joe Biden is not y'all like pretend grandpa. I do not understand this allegiance so many of y'all have to these politicians. They work for you. They're not your people. And I'm still going through Kamala's book. And for the record, I know y'all don't like Jake Tapper. I don't like him either. But I did listen to the audiobook because I want to get my money. And y'all need to be mad at Joe Biden. Y'all should have been mad at him because nobody that old should have been running for president. Y'all saw that debate. He didn't know where he was at. And Lord knows that ain't the first time that happened. If you go through the excerpts that Kamala's book has come out, she talked about how literally right before she debated Sweet Potato Saddam in what was the most important debate of her life, he called her to complain, to bitch and moan about why he had heard from his brother that she was talking shit about him. I'm paraphrasing. Then she talks about how President Obama, look, we all love Obama. He cool, he personable, he got playlists. I get it, but he is not like the Pope and Prime Minister of Black people. He can be criticized too. She talked about how, like, look, when he clearly left us in a bond, she trying to rally the troops. They're all, was it Gavin Newsom, who y'all love now all of a sudden, but please. He was like, I'm hiking. I'll call you back. Never call her back. Obama like, well, Michelle and I don't want to put our fingers on the scale. A key. Nancy Pelosi's like, girl, we need a primary. I'm just like, how did y'all expect her to win in 100-some days? That's probably not, nobody asked me.
She wasn't going to win anyway because
she wasn't going to win, but they could have helped her. Like, I mean, for a lot of different reasons. Look, there was racism, there was sexism, and she got her own faults because she could have easily just said, we need to tax the rich. Bernie don't get race, but he wasn't wrong about that. But yeah. I would say, I don't think she's going to run for office again. I don't see it ever happening. Maybe we can actually vote again. Doubtful. Maybe she can be a Supreme Court justice one day. But as far as this book goes, I thought it was actually going to be one of those like boring political books where they kind of pretend nothing happened, but she actually get into the mess. So I want to read it.
Spilled the tea.
Yeah. She should let people get it off because Joe Biden is still walking around here talking about he still could have won the election. He played in her face the whole time. Personally, I would have threw him under the bus as soon as I got the nomination, but we different people. So nobody asked me, but y'all need to let that old man go. He's not y'all grandpappy. He set us up. The reason why we all living in hell has a lot to do with him. And if y'all don't find out why so many people don't want to vote, y'all gonna keep losing. America's gonna turn into Texas sooner than y'all think. I'm trying to tell y'all. Trust somebody from Houston. If you want to know how a multi-national, multiracial area can easily turn into, I don't know, the Confederacy, look at Texas.
Look at Texas.
I'm not even plugging her book. She ain't giving me no money, but I'm just saying more people need to trash that old man because we in this mess for a reason. And I'm not even a Kamalian. I'm just being on that.
And shout out to Howard University that produced all three of us. Okay.
Yes.
Sure. I have a soft spot for Joe because I worked for his administration, for the Obama-Biden administration, when he was still sort of living in his better faculties, if you will. And yes, I agree with your sentiments, but I also feel like it was personal for him, and when he should have let go, and I agree that there were moments where he should have said, okay, it's time to sit it on down and give this up. He was stuck in this is where I've been a public servant my entire life. I've given my entire life to politics. I'm finally able to be president in the 11 and a half hour of my life, and I'm just not willing to give it up or let it go. I think that's the human moment of it all. Now, should he have... Go ahead.
And I was going to say that's human, but it's selfish. But when you say public servant, you serve the public. This idea that Joe Biden, respectfully, was this mastermind politician was an invention that came up in like the 2020 cycle because people were so scared that only an old white man could beat Trump. So they kind of rallied it up for him. But ultimately, his political career shows that as long as I've been alive, he doesn't have the best political strategist in terms of his mind. Very egotistical. And frankly, if you care so much about democracy and you want... He made it all about like, I'm trying to save the soul of America. Well, America is bigger than you. And to me personally, an old man with losing faculties who's letting his family keep him in the White House sounds too oddly familiar to the current occupant of the White House. So I'll just leave it at that.
Shots. Those are shots fired. Well, a tear came out of my eye when you said that.
I know. And I'm not a Republican, so don't get them teasers either. But
give that disclaimer because
it's never
the people may wonder. No, I think what makes democracy beautiful is that there must be criticism. There must be critique. We must challenge. And part of the reason why we up in the shitter that we're in now is because there is a lack of that. So absolutely. Talk your shit. Say what you got to say. And then some.
Come get your baddie chain, Kamala.
Oh, cousin Kamala. All right. Well, sound off in the comments on all of that. And if you have your own opine, if you have your own, nobody asked me, but it's a safe space. Put it in the comments and everybody sound off. Let us know your thoughts. Okay. So I have a babysitter downstairs. I don't hear my child, so I hope that he's asleep, but I am going to go make sure that he's alive and go check on him. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to our inaugural episode, our first episode of Undomesticated. Michael, it has been real. There are going to be many more moments of nonsense and foolery for us to let people have it. So we will be signing off this way every week. So get into it. May your life be soft. May your boundaries be strong. And may your group chat stay private. See you next time on Undomesticated.
Oh, bye.
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 Undomesticated is presented by Odyssey and Agenda Management and Production. Our executive producers are Brandon Sharp and Corinne Gilliard. Our executive producer from Odyssey is Leah Rees-Dennis. Miguel Contreras is our senior producer. Michael Arceneaux and Candiace Dillard Bassett are our producers. Sound design, video production, and engineering by Miguel Contreras. Booking by Jillian McEwen. Original music by Candiace Dillard Bassett, Nairi Davidson, and Donald Hazo Sales. Special thanks to Nairi Davidson, Moira Curran, Josefina Francis, Hillary Schiff, Eric Donnelly, Kate Hutchinson Rose, Lauren Lombardi, David Gannon, Kurt Courtenay, and Lauren Vieira.
It's a lot of names.